What's up, YouTube? This is Jay, and in today's portfolio update episode, I'm going to show you the purchases that I made on Friday as a DCA investor, and then I'm going to show you the portfolio performance, how it's performing so far this month, last 3 months, and year to date. Then I'm going to show you all of my positions, where my portfolio is at, how it's performing so far, and what positions I'm going to be buying this week as a DCA investor. But first, let me show you the purchases. Starting with SCHD, I bought one more share at a share price of $27.26, continuing the streak of buying every Friday as a DCA investor. Then I bought Procter & Gamble, ticker symbol PG, $20 at a share price of $148.07. So I added another 0.135 shares of Procter & Gamble. Then I threw $10 into VG Properties, ticker symbol VICI, at a share price of $30.35, and just waiting for it to go under $30 so I could buy a share or two more from the cash that I have in my account. Then I bought $10 of Realty Income, ticker symbol O, at a share price of $56.77. So I was able to add another 0.176 shares. And then my last purchase in the dividend portfolio was another $10 into Visa, ticker symbol V. I added another 0.030 shares at a share price of $329.92. And I'm just waiting for Visa to go down some more too, so I can add a little bit heavier into it. Then in the growth portfolio, I threw my regular $5 that I've been doing every week into VGT, Vanguard's Information Technology ETF, at a share price of $758.91. And if there is an AI bubble and something happens where the VGT share price goes down by a lot, take a dip, that's when I'm gonna take a stronger approach to it, and I'm gonna buy a little bit heavier into VGT. Then my last purchase, it was in the growth portfolio, and it was my best one so far. iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. I bought one more share at $54.50, and this is one position that I'm thinking about buying more this week. Hopefully it does stay around the same share price, because I do have some cash, which I'm going to show you in a minute. If we go into my portfolio performance, you guys can see that in November, now I'm down 0.01% in returns in just the month of November so far, but I still have in the last month, including some of the days in October, a plus 1.50% return. My portfolio is at $30,800 right now, back under $31,000, which is a bummer, but it's okay. I have a couple more opportunities to add to my positions. Then in the last 3 months, I got a plus 2.82% return, and then year to date I have a 10.64% return, which is great right there. In the last year, I have a plus return of 9.81%. So portfolio is performing pretty good in the last year. I would love for it to perform a little bit better, but I do have a couple positions. If I show you right here in the full portfolio, you guys can see that in all of my positions right here, I have a few that are an opportunity. Like, for example, Procter & Gamble, ticker symbol PG. I got now 10.07 shares, and I'm slightly down 0.70%. I got almost $1,500 invested in Procter & Gamble. Just been buying the past 2 to 3 months. I've been buying quite often every week. Share price right now is $147, and my cost per share $148. So another one that I'm going to continue building up. iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. I got 13 shares already, and I added it a couple weeks ago. I got almost $800 invested in iBit. I want to get to $1,000 invested in iBit. That's why now that I'm down 12.86%, down $100. The share price at $53.48 at the closing on Friday, and my cost per share is at $61.37. So I'm seeing it right now as an opportunity for me to build it up a little bit more. So I'm thinking about today, which is Monday. I'm posting this on Monday because I didn't get a chance to post it on Sunday. But today I'm thinking about adding another share of iBit together with the SCHD share that I need to buy for the weekly challenge for the month of November. So stay tuned for that. On Wednesday night live stream, I'm going to be showing you the purchases that I made today as a DCA investor. Then VGT, I got 39.8% in unrealized gains right now. So that's why I've been throwing like $5 every week. Maybe some weeks I'm gonna try to throw a couple of dollars more, maybe $10, 2 cup of coffees or so. Coca-Cola, I've been holding myself back a little bit. It's back above $70. It's at $71. I got 8.3 shares, but I do want it to get closer to the low 60s so I can buy a little bit more, buy a little bit heavier into Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. Vici Properties, I got 42.99 shares, so almost 43. Want to get to 50 shares. I want to buy a couple more shares with the cash that I have. Right now, I have between both portfolios, I have $543. I have $424 in the dividend portfolio and $119 in the growth portfolio. And I got some money this week that I'm thinking about making a special deposit in the dividend portfolio and maybe a little bit more in the growth portfolio. So stay tuned for that too. But you guys can see that Amazon is now in my top 4 position because Johnson & Johnson took over the 3rd spot right now. 10.428 shares. I got $1,600 invested and I have right now 26.2% in unrealized gains on a defensive position like Johnson & Johnson. I'm very surprised about that. Share price is at $195 and my cost per share is at $155. So I was loading up when it went under $160 and I started buying and buying and buying every week like I'm doing right now with Procter & Gamble. I did the same thing with Johnson & Johnson and right now it's paying off pretty good. I'm just going to continue to collect the dividend, planning on holding Johnson & Johnson long term. So hopefully in the future, in the next couple of months, Johnson & Johnson will give me a better opportunity pretty much to buy more. Google is still in the 2nd spot. You guys can see it right here. And Warren Buffett just added a Google position into Berkshire Hathaway's portfolio. So, which is going to be great. Let's see where Google is going to be at today, Monday, once the market opens. But I'm sure it's going to spike up pretty good. And we're going to have some very nice returns from Google. So if you guys are also Google shareholders and have been buying before it was announced that Warren Buffett is buying, you guys are definitely going to do good, based on hopefully how it's going to open on Monday. SCHD, my top position, 331 shares. I am so close to 350, which is my goal for this year. I got almost $9,000 invested in SCHD. So I'm thinking about, with a special deposit, I'm thinking about adding even more shares of SCHD. Hopefully it goes back down under $27 so I can add a nice amount of shares. I got 3.43% in unrealized gains in that position, but I'm going more for the dividend. Then let's take a quick look at the dividend portfolio. I want to look and show you guys the portfolio salary so far. And you guys can see right here, let me zoom it in a little bit more. But if you guys see, I have $838 in estimated yearly dividends. As you guys can see right here at the bottom, SCHD, $329 in yearly dividends from SCHD, which is great. My position, the yield on cost is at 3.78%. My other one is Realty Income O, $112, which I really want to add some more. I'm thinking of my sale of Kenview to buy a little bit more Realty Income so I can up that dividend income even more, especially with the higher yield. I have a yield on cost of 5.74%. So that is great right there. I get paid $9 every month from Realty Income. And then one of my other positions is Vici Properties, which I get $77 of estimated yearly dividends. Also an over 5% dividend yield that I have in my Vici position. And those are 3 of the positions that I really want to add more and more. As of lately, Procter & Gamble is now at $42 in estimated yearly dividends. So definitely excited about that. In the portfolio salary right here per month of the year, I get $69, very, very close to $70 per month of the year. And then per week of the year, $16 per day of the year, $2.30. So very, very excited right there. Real estate is my second highest payer in estimated yearly dividends at $189. And ETFs are at the top with $351. All right, everyone, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me your opinion in the comment section. And what have you guys been buying as of lately as a DCA investor or as a lump sum investor? Just let me know there in the chat, in the comments, and hopefully you guys are not missing the live streams because I'm doing them on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. So hopefully you guys don't miss them. But don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.